Howdy folks, it's a Tall Turtle here, and we have a big flight for you today in a small plane. I'll explain what's going on. So, we are going to try to knock out a few of the bigger achievements here in one fell swoop. And what I mean by that is, we're going to try to take out the Flights of Fancy and My Way achievements. So, Flights of Fancy, that is where you have to fly 300 miles in a prop jet and airliner. We've already done the jet and airliner. And for that one, you just fly around for 300 miles on land. You can even land in the middle of the street, which we did in the jet, and it still counts. So that's going to be easy because we're going to fly about 363 miles or 313 nautical miles today. So Flights of Fancy, that'll be a piece of cake. Just land, we'll get it no matter what. My Way, however, is a little more challenging. It's 300 miles in any aircraft, but has to be from parking spot to parking spot completely without any assistances. Now the assistance thing is vague because different flights apply assistances differently. So I just went ahead and I turned off everything, which means icing, engine failures, everything. Everything is possible for this flight, which we normally don't fly with all of that stuff turned on or off, however you look at it, because it can take away from enjoying some things and get kind of stressful. But we're going to do it for this flight. So long flight with everything turned off. Fortunately, it looks like we have clear skies, so we shouldn't have to worry about icing. So we got really lucky. In fact, now you see cirrus layer. So does it remove your cirrus layer for clear skies? That's weird. Whatever, I honestly don't care. I'm just very excited we don't have to worry about icing, because this little Cessna does not have icing. At least I'm 99% sure it does not have anti-icing. So anyway, so let's see, what else can I say? Oh, we were going to apply the saddle soar achievements and then do this for 8 hours to get 3 achievements knocked out of the park, but I don't have that kind of time. I barely have time for this flight. This flight will be about 3 hours long. It says 2:41 when I did the flight plan, but it'll be about 3 hours the way things take me. So I'm going to split it up into video chunks, but put into one video for you. So for you, it's one video. We also are using the Cessna G1000, which you'll rarely see me use. And that is because it's part of the standard edition of the simulator, which means it will apply to the Jack of all planes achievement. So that achievement is you fly each of the standard edition aircraft 300 miles, which is funny they use miles when flights are nautical miles, but whatever. And then it'll apply for that whole bunch of planes. There are 20 planes there. This will be our first one we actually knock out for that one, but might as well use it. So there you go. Progress and or completion. Progress towards progress towards and or completion of 3 achievements today. I was going to make it 4, but time restraints. So that's the story of what we're doing, and I'm really anxious about this My Way achievement with the assists thing. And in order to get a flight to actually count, you have to land at a parking or stop at a parking spot they think you want to stop at, and then turn off the battery, and then the menu screen pops up, and that's how you know a flight counted. That's why you'll see people's logbooks with like 300 takeoffs and 2 landings, even though they've landed all those flights, because you have to go to the parking spot they think you are going to and turn off the battery. So what I did is I picked a tiny airport for our destination, set a parking spot, I'll explain in a second, and then took a picture of it with my phone so I go to the right one, and we're not using ATC. That way I can park wherever I want to. So what I mean by that is when you start a flight, you can pick an actual parking spot, and when you choose when you choose an arrival, you can pick an actual parking spot, and when you choose a destination, you can also pick an actual parking spot. So I took a picture of that parking spot. Is parking spot number 1 out of like 15, and I know that's where the sim wants us to go now. That's where we are going to park now, and we'll turn off the battery, and we should get credit. If not, it'll be a long time before I have time to do this flight again, or flight this long again. Although I'm trying to carve out saddle soar for this weekend, which I'm not going to do the cheaty trick people are talking about, but I am going to do something kind of unconventional. But that's another story for another day. So finally, where are we going? We're going to fly over the Amazon. We're going to follow the Amazon River and fly over the Amazon today. We're starting at Sierra Kilo Lima Tango, which is in Leticia, Amazon, Colombia. And why did I pick Leticia? Well, that was my very first girlfriend's name in 3rd grade. So I thought that was kind of funny. I was going to go into more story time about that, but I won't. Just know that was my very first girlfriend's name in 3rd grade. So I just thought it was amusing. And then where are we going to? Sierra Bravo Tango Foxtrot, which is in Tefe, Brazil. So 300 miles, well, 363 miles along the Amazon River. There you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the drone away, and we're going to hop inside. And we actually have the flight plan, the VFR plan, in the sim. So to show up on our G1000, we'll just use Heading Bug, though, to manually follow the river. We'll use the G1000 to get to where we're going. We set aside a couple hours this morning. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how I got some hours, but I got some hours. I'm making use to it to do this. And then, what else? We're not going to go too high. And there aren't any clouds, so you shouldn't have to worry about icing, because that'll bring you down when all your realism is turned on. So I'm not going to use a checklist for this, because I don't know if that affects the assists or not. See, that's the thing. It says without assistance. But what exactly does that mean? Because each achievement assistance is applied in different ways. So we're going to turn on the battery.
TOS system test okay.
System test is okay, it says. Good. Turn on cabin power. And where is the button to stop the alerts? There we go. And fuel tank in the middle, that is pushed in because pull out is off. This is in, and I'm so nervous about blowing the achievement with assists. I know I'm overthinking it. We'll do strobe because we're going to turn it on, and we're going to fire this thing up, I think. Is that it? There we go. Like usual, my personal volume is way too low. There you go. Is there any way to turn the brightness down on this? Because, man, that looks cartoonish when it's that bright. Up here we have floodlights. That's not what this is. This is panel lighting, and, man, that's bright stuff. I didn't see any when I went through this aircraft before I started recording for panel lighting. So I don't know. There's your air and stuff under here. Anyway, whatever. Continuing avionics, turn on now. And this should be ready to start up in a moment. There we go. There's our flight plan. We've messed with the G1000 before. And we're not going to use... I can't even zoom out that far. That's how far it is. What does it say? It doesn't give her distance and stuff up here because they're probably on the wrong screen. Whatever. I'll figure it out. So there we go. We're just going to take off and head east. Follow the river. We're going to head due east and then we'll follow the river so we don't go the wrong way down the river. Right? Alright, what else? Hop back over here. And let's... Oh, we didn't do the fuel pump thing. We'll turn it on now. PDO will turn on now just so we can take off. I think we can put that back for right now. Normally I have a very detailed checklist, but I'm not going to worry about it for this flight. I just want to do a long flight and land and look at the river. Heading bug we'll worry about for that practice. I think we just use this. Then autopilot heading, we'll use that. If I get too tired, then I'll just turn on nav and follow that. I'm also prepared for autopilot to go wonky on us and have to take over manually like I did in the airliner flight we did. What a mess that was. Alright, barometer, hit P on the keyboard because I don't know what it is. And we'll just take off on the runway to the south of us. Let's zoom that back in. What is it called? 3. So we're going to turn around, back taxi to 3. And then take off to the east without ATC. Again, because I don't know if that's considered assistance. I can't imagine ATC would be assistance. But using the ATC screen is what I mean by possibly assistance. Because I know there are flights where you don't use it. It's scary. It's scary. So let's hop outside. Let's get a set of flaps down. Oh, I can find my rudder pedals. Alright, so parking brake is off. We'll just simply turn around and I'll lower my personal volume, make sure it's bleeding. See, this airplane taxis just fine. Some of those other aircraft will not turn if you go above 1 knot. It seems like, and I don't know if it's the modeling or what, but they're having some pretty serious issues, like the DA-40 and such, trying to get that thing to taxi above any speed that wasn't walking speed. Alrighty, we need to get out here and get our landing lights on and stuff. So can we do this while we're looking out there? We'll do landing and all these now because we're coming up to the runway. Some people have told me that in planes like this, you taxi with the taxi lights and then you add the landing lights. You don't turn the taxi lights off and turn the landing lights on. You add them, and then you turn the taxi lights off in the air and keep your landing lights on, and then then eventually turn your landing lights off, I guess. I don't know. I haven't heard that before, but several people have said that to me. So maybe it's based on where you live, and if you're a commercial flight or whatever, like those different numbers are, like part 105 and part 41 or whatever that stuff is. I don't know. Something else for me to put on my to-do list to research, I guess. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's get ready to turn around. It feels so weird not using ATC right now. I almost feel like we're cheating, but that's okay. So here we go. Okay, I totally missed that, but that's okay. Let's stop the airplane and set the parking brake. And without a checklist, this is weird, but we are going to start our timer. Go here to start. And I missed it. Oh, because it's enter. That's right. It's enter. And for now, I think we'll leave that up. Just because we can. Let's turn taxi lights off. Because I'm going to. Everything else is on. Flaps are down 1 notch right there. We'll figure this stuff out later. I'll play with this. I have 3 hours to play with this thing. And I used to know it really well, but when you don't do it all the time, you forget. Otherwise, that's it. Could be simpler. Heading bug to runway heading in case you screw up. Okay, I feel like I'm forgetting a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't think so though. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, I was going to do something else. I forgot what it was now. Oh well, whatever. Parking brake is off, obviously. Throttles are full, obviously. And away we go. Oh, I filled this thing up with fuel. 100% fuel. And for occupants, I just put in myself and my friend. That's it. Alright, here we go. I think we rotate around 55-ish and then let it take off at like 60 something. And I think 73 is ideal climb. I don't remember the numbers. It's in the checklist. Stepping on the brakes to stop the wheels from spinning. And flaps coming in so we can gain some speed here. Fly runway heading. Wow, it's nice to be in a Cessna. I missed the 6-pack, but we'll make do with the G1000. And we can't really see much, can we? There we go, that's better. Oh, very cool. Oh, look at that. Nice. And let's see. Alright, we've gone beyond the airport. Let's go to the east. Did I say west earlier? I meant east, whatever I said. And we're going to hang fly for a minute. Gain some speed for a minute here. Not sure why we're not gaining like much speed. There we go. There we go. Bring back conditioners a little bit. Not that much. Not that high. Why are we not getting much speed? I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it's okay. We're going up 750 feet per minute. It's just when you're using the tape, you're usually in faster, bigger jets, I guess. So you're not used to it. I don't know. Oops, we turned too much. I was having so much fun. We turned too much. So there's 1,000 feet. We're gonna climb a little bit. Maybe we'll hang out around, I don't know, we'll stay like 4,000. But you know me, we'll end up doing other stuff. And I'm not sure why we're not gaining speed. Is it because we're so heavy? No, it's just 2 adults. It's making me kind of nervous, to be honest. I must have forgotten something. Let's see, how should we do this? Let's just go like this. We'll take our track until we cross the river and then we'll follow the river. How about that? Just cause. Yeah, not sure why our speed is so slow, even those 750. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I probably forgot some button somewhere. Although I don't know why this would be any different than a regular Cessna. I mean, we're at 2,500 RPMs. Must just be our climb rate. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling about that because that's annoying, I'm sure. So anyway, what we're gonna do now, well, that's it. We're just gonna climb to 4,000 feet. I don't know if the autopilot will let us preset our altitude. Will it? I don't know, maybe it will. So let's see, let's do flight director and set heading bug and do autopilot heading vertical speed. But how do I increase vertical speed? If I hit vertical speed, well, there it is, nose up. Vertical speed, nose up, 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 up. Vertical speed, nose up. Stop moving on me, not back course. It's bounced around so much. Okay, so here we go. We are using heading bug with autopilot climbing to 4,000. Let's make it 5,000. At 500 feet per minute. I know our climb rate is faster than ideal, but I really don't care, to be honest. We're a new pilot forever. We're always a new pilot. So there you go, simple as that. There's the wind helping out a little bit. I was going to do the oscillating thing. The latest hot fix, all the planes now oscillate a little bit at any altitude, at any speed, in any plane. That's what it does. Ridiculous, huh? Okay, anyway, this is a long flight. I'm gonna wear us both out if I keep talking, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that gauge there, keep an eye on these gauges here. I'm gonna keep our nice climb rate at 500, even though it's a little fast. And when we get to the river, I'm gonna use heading bug to go around the river. And if I get too tired, we'll just use nav. Except I don't trust the nav on any autopilot at all. In this sim so far. So anyway, looks like we're going a little fast here. Anyway, I'm going to give you a lot of sightseeing, edit down 3 hours of flight into a regular size video for you all. And there's the river, and I'll see you in Tefe, at our destination. I'll see you there. Well, just a little check-in with you here, letting you know what's going on and where we're at. If we come down here, we are 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 37 seconds into the flight. And the original plan was to follow the Amazon River with heading bug, right? That was the original plan. But for most of the hour and 28 minutes, for like an hour and 25 minutes of it, I've had to tend to some children issues that were unexpected. There's supposed to be a child-free morning, and it didn't work out that way, which is totally fine. Family first. So I would run down, do a little bit of sightseeing, go up and take care of kids for 20 minutes, come down, do 30 seconds of sightseeing, run up, and so I haven't been able to follow anything. So what I've been doing instead then is just adjusting the heading bug to follow the little purple line. I'm not using nav because I'm not here to monitor the autopilot, and nav, at least for me, is notorious for giving up sometimes. And since I'm not here to deal with that, it's just going to be all about the heading bug. Tedious, adjusting the heading bug. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Checking every couple minutes. Are we going to find what it wants or what? What should it say? Track D91. What are we at? 91, 90. 91 it is. There we go. Now we should stay with it. Alright, good. Zooming out here. Oops, wrong way. Zooming out there, we're going to follow it. So, not much Amazon River like I had hoped, but that's just how it goes, right? Real life takes over sometimes. So anyway, monitoring things. We are in the yellow for the RPMs, and it's fine. Some people say that. Actually, that's not yellow, is it? That's the green arc is when you're supposed to use carb heat. So that's actually not yellow. Okay, good. I was wrong about that earlier when I said that's yellow. That's just above the carb heat, which we don't even have carb heat out right now. That's cabin heat, cabin air. I know where carb heat is in this thing. Why don't I know where it is? There's alt air. So then down here, fuel flow, everything's in the green. We haven't used that much fuel, really, considering how long we've been flying. We have about an hour left right there. So that's it. Just simply using autopilot with heading bug to stay on the purple line for 300 some miles. Let's see, what else can we say? Let's hop outside a moment. Not terribly a whole lot. The Amazon River is actually right there. There's these other tributaries that come out of the river and join the river, which you can't see anymore. The scenery, now it's looking good. At first I was kind of disappointed in how it was represented, but this isn't bad. This is good. I mean, it's photorealistic anyway. But anyway, just want to give you a quick update and get you back to some sightseeing here, and I'll catch you when that number 62 gets more like 5. I'll see you then. Okay, we're 24 minutes out, so it's time to get comfortable in my chair and do a few things here, probably to prepare. The thing about flights like this is they're easy. Like, this is easy plane to land, blah, 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 easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But when you've been flying for like a couple hours, in this case, 2 hours and 8 minutes, which, given what else is going on as I record this, that's a very, very, very long time. So you don't want to mess it up, right? The pressure, the longer you fly a flight, the greater the pressure increases exponentially to the length of flight. So it gets to be pretty stressful, even though it shouldn't be very stressful at all. So let's zoom this in a little bit, just to get an idea. We'll probably fly over the airport, pick a runway. We're not worried about weather, we're not worried about ATC. Remember, we have everything turned on, so we want to make everything else as simple as possible so we don't mess this up, because we're doing this for an achievement. Yes, I've been achievement chasing, even though I said I never would, but you know, I'm allowed to change my mind, and it's been really fun chasing these achievements. I did the same thing in FSX way back in 2000, 2001, whenever that came out, so 20 years ago. Good grief. Alrighty, so ETAs are time. I couldn't figure out what the distance was on this map, this being the MFD, multifunction display. So over here on the PFD, the primary flight display, I went into the settings and turned on the DME, which is just measuring via GPS, which is 51.2 nautical miles. That's how far away we are. This DME, I couldn't get that to change from nav1 to GPS. I hit CDI, but that changed our HSI, which made your autopilot go crazy, so I turned it off. It went back to heading bug. It was a mess. And why are we speeding up? Maybe we have a tailwind or a headwind now or something. And why are we descending? Holy googly moogly. What? Isn't that interesting? Autopilot screwed up. Let's give that to 3000. Autopilot screwed up right when well, come on, quit moving on me. Right when I was talking. Wow, crazy. Autopilot is screwed up twice, but not for over 2 hours into it. Okay, well, we'll tell it to use VS, vertical speed, to get down to 3000, and we'll just stay there, I guess. And then we'll keep the heading bug where we are. Now, we were tracking 91, but then something like blew us off course. Now we're tracking 94, even though it says 92. So remember, heading versus tracking, two different things. Your heading is one direction, your tracking is another, based on weather. Alrighty, so I'm getting off track. I rehearsed what I was going to say and I screwed it all up. Anyway, the time is here. Couldn't find distance, so I put the distance in here. Couldn't get that one to change, so let's turn that. Not that one. Shoot. How did I turn that? What did I do to get that? This one. Turn that off now. Okay. There's something else I couldn't figure out, but maybe I did because I can't remember. I guess their distance is up here. I didn't realize that till now. But it isn't up there. Okay, whatever. I think that was it. I think FLC's flight level changed, which normally isn't in autopilots and simple planes, but whatever. Okay, that's going to hold now. Good. Okay. So I think that's everything I want to talk about. I said more than I meant to, but anyway, we are at 3,000 feet now. We are going to stay there. It's getting kind of low, but we're going to stay there, cross over the airport at about 1,500, well, 1,500 AGL. And then come around. So as soon as we get a runway we can zoom in on and see where we're going, I'll cut back in with you. So enjoy a few more sights, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, we're 8 minutes out, and we're going to have a peek here at the runway situation and see where we're going to land. But first, we have to cross this body of water, which I do not know the name of. I apologize, but it shouldn't be too hard for me to look up, I don't think. Alright, so looking gorgeous down there. I'm trying to figure out why this is colored differently, if that's really the satellite imagery, or if there's just cloud shadows from the satellite imagery. Because the trees stay the same. But it looks like cloud shadows without there being clouds in the sky, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But it looks gorgeous nonetheless. Again, I wasn't able to stay along the river the whole time, but I think it worked out better this way because we got to see the different terrain changes along the way. The different thicknesses of jungle and all that good stuff. So We're at 3,000 feet ASL, or MSL. And we're going to step down now to... Should we step down to 2,000? Let's step down to 2,500. Let's do 2,400. MSL, because I don't know what our AGL is, which is above ground level. We'll bring our throttles a little bit so we don't go into the yellow. Because everything seems to have been fine so far. In real life, it's like 4 hours later. I had to attend to some family stuff, of course. So I'm trying to get back in the groove here. I almost thought maybe at this point I should just let this go 8 hours and get the source saddle as well, because it's like 4 hours later, but that's still another 4 hours. So the saddle sword thing, that's the sword saddle. The saddle sword thing, I'll be a different achievement, different day. Let's just try to get these two knocked out today and apply towards a third. So we're going to come down to 2,400 feet. I'll zoom in the map as we get closer. I assume that's the airport right there. Well, maybe it's over there. I don't know. We'll figure out as we get closer, and then once we get the orientation of the runways, we'll set up for visual approach and landing. Because again, we're not going to use autopilot because we don't want to risk messing that up and then not getting the achievement after we've come all this way and I've had this in running all day. I really would not like to mess these achievements up right now. This is one of the last ones where you have to be very careful. I guess you have to be very careful for the three bush trip achievements as well, but not quite as careful as you have to be for this one. But once you knock this one out, then the rest of the achievements we don't have to be very careful. So another reason why I kind of wanted to do this right now too, is I don't think about it so much. Anyway, I'm going to keep zooming in and figure out where we're going, and I'll meet you in a moment here. Alright, so with our binoculars we can see our destination. It's this really long runway like this. So I think we're far enough away yet that we can just join the rave traffic pattern. So let's kill autopilot and turn all this stuff off so we don't have to look at it. And let's just come around here, come down, so throttle's back, mixture full, start our descent. And come on over the water to give us a nice long final so that we don't blow it after what, 3.5 hours. It's supposed to be 2:47 and we're almost 45. We are 45 minutes longer than that for some reason. I went as fast as I could without going in the yellow, so I don't know. I guess that's indicated airspeed. I was going as fast as we could. Doesn't mean we were going that fast ground speed. So not sure why. It took us so much longer than it was estimated. Oh, well, we did start going over the Amazon River, which took us off direct course, but it wasn't that far out of the way. I guess all those little times add up. Alrighty, so anyway, we're going to come out here. Don't know why I'm in the co-pilot seat. And we're looking at our map. We're utilizing the G1000 to get orientation with the runway. We're going to be all modern here. There's first set of flaps. It's a really, like I said, really long runway, so I'm not worried about landing on the end. Although, the closer to the threshold we land, we can pull off right away. So, anyway, I don't see the runway out there because the stuff is in the way. I still don't quite see it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But this is altitude where things look the most realistic to me, in my opinion. Let's keep our speed up a little bit. Oops, looks like we're going by here. Looks like there is the town, the city. Well, no, second set of flaps. And keep that speed up, so point down for the speed throttle so we don't descend anymore right now until we're lined up and we know where we are. Alright, I still don't see the runway. It's like behind... Oh wait, I think maybe this is it right there. It's like behind the trees or something. Oh wait, what? Oh, there it is right there. There's the beacon. Wow. That is really hard to see. Alright, 2 set of flaps down. And of course we want to look around, but we know what happens when we do. We end up with a terrible approach, and a terrible approach ends up with a terrible landing. I mean, the approach is already bad enough, but we're going to keep our speed about here. I'm going to try to land this thing after 3.5 hours. Granted, with autopilot for most of it, but like I said, given the other stuff that was going on in the background, it was still very exhausting. So let's just land this plane. Hopefully we get 2 achievements out of it. If not, we'll redo it someday. But it's the whole thing with all the stuff set to maximum and everything. Things I really don't worry about, I had to change. So I don't really want to have to do it again. Let's just hope for the best. Come on down. We're a little high, waiting for those numbers. We'll ride it out. You don't have to come down anytime soon. It's a very long runway. So here we go, runway 18. No, 13. 13, 18, 13, doesn't matter. 15, can't tell. Alrighty, here we go. 15, that makes sense. Alrighty, I'm going to come down. We're going to get the ground effects here pretty soon. Throttles are back. Where are my ground effects? Where are my ground? There they are. There they are, right in the TTZ. Even though I didn't mean to. Silky smooth too. Just not quite on center. Wow, again, why can't that have been a landing challenge? That's twice now. Alrighty, let's find the turnoff here. Where's the... Is it not paved? No, it's up here somewhere. There it is. Flaps are in. I'm gonna slow down. Now, why didn't I get my 300-mile achievement? That should come as soon as you touch down. Whatever. Taxi lights on. Landing lights off. Forgot to turn the fuel. Come on. Forgot to turn the fuel pump on upon landing. That could have been dangerous having to go around or whatever. So anyway, the landing spot I selected for us is the first one way. See the guy standing there with the little things? That's the one I selected. So if we can do that right, then we should get credit for it. Not sure why we didn't get credit for the other one yet. Maybe I have to turn the airplane off for the other achievement too. So you see the guy standing there because that's the one I selected. So that is a tip I learned. If you select as arrival a parking spot, then you know where to go and you'll see your guy. Otherwise you have to guess and turn on the taxi ribbon and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, there he is, waiting for us. He's hanging out waiting. This is so cool that I got this figured out. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to come up here. Come on. And we're going to come along here, and I'm very excited. My heart is racing. Hopefully I get everything the right way. And he's telling us to go. And he told us not to stop yet. He said move over a little bit. Come on. And he'll tell us to stop now. Stop. There we go. Set that parking brake. Okay, let's see if we get it here. So we're going to do this. Turn off all of our lights. And we're going to bring our mixture back. And as soon as we turn this off... No, this way. Come on. Give me my thingy-bobber. I want to go this way, like this. Turn that off. And as soon as we turn out the batteries, it should... There it is. That counts as a flight. Nice. Let's see if we get our achievements for it, though. Why is this turning back on? What's that on for? Don't care about that. Let's turn that off. Okay, we completed the flight. We did everything right. Let's see if we got the achievements. So they didn't pop up down here. Neither of them did. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's frustrating. Let's check this out here. So here we are, the My Way achievement. 300-mile stop without assistance, parking spot to parking spot, which we clearly did correctly. 0. Didn't work. What else do we have here? What's the other one? Flights of Fancy, 66% because 33% for the jet and airliner. So that's 66%, so just the prop. That didn't register either. Oh man. So I did it right, and it didn't work. Oh, I know these are notorious. These achievements are notorious for being buggy. Like, look at my Airbus one. I did that one 23 times, and it didn't work. And I restarted the sim, and it was there. Weird. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to restart the sim, and let's see what happens. So we're back in achievements, looking at My Way, and nope, still not registered. How about Flights of Fancy? Nope, still didn't register the last one, which is a bummer too, because for these two, as soon as I touched down, these registered. Well, this one, when we crashed, it registered. We actually crashed and it registered. This registered when we touched down. This didn't register, like it didn't exist. How frustrating is that? Well, that kind of puts a sour taste in my mouth about these achievements. I mean, I'm still going to be working towards other ones, but maybe I'm just not going to worry about them so much. So anyway, here we are back outside the plane at Tefe, or wherever it is that we landed. So huge disappointment that the achievements didn't register, but hey, at least I have it on camera that I did it. So anyway, whole bunch of flights I have planned to do. A lot of VFR stuff, obviously, and we will just continue flying and enjoying the sim for what it is, and probably lay off those achievements for a while because that is really frustrating. Alright, I'm just beating a dead horse, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends so we can play the YouTube algorithm game. And I'll see you for some happy flying next time.